The question is, though, can we make it on time? Oh, shit. Let's just keep moving. We're almost there. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Whew! That's freaking nerve-wracking, man, I'll tell you what. Alright guys, we are back and ready to get started here with the next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you do, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and let's go ahead and get started here. It's only been a couple of moments actually since I left you in the last video. So we have another water here, and we will have another oxygen there. Okay, so that gives us 3 tanks plus the little emergency oxygens here. And so I put down the other constructor, and it is now in the process of making fuel. We've got 2 fuels in here and 2 fuels in here for 36 minutes of operational time and 35. So what I'm going to do now, we got another fuel too, so let's just pop that one into here. And this one should be done. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do now that we have, you know, 3 big bottles and 3 little bottles of oxygen, which we're going to take the little ones right now, is we're going to actually go ahead and go out into the water and see if we can find some seaweed, because food's going to start being a problem too, on top of everything else. And then hopefully, you know, we can find the seaweed right away, and then we'll come back, go on shore while it's still night and still relatively cool outside, and see if we can find some more copper, because of course, as usual, it's copper that we need. Now this does seem to be getting deep fairly quickly, so hopefully we'll luck out here and find some seaweed pretty soon here. That's not the seaweed though, that's just more of those plants. We do have to get somewhat deep to find it, but it does, like I said, it does look like it's starting to get a little deeper, because I don't want to have to, you know, swim out 10 miles, you know, to find the seaweed. Got some more silicon down there. Dang. There's more of those tree things, but I'm not seeing the seaweed. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. It looks like it's getting deeper though, so maybe not too much further. And of course, I'm not sprint swimming with the shift key. I'm just swimming nice and easy here to conserve our O2, because we only have 3 bottles and we've got to be able to get back. We're getting further and further away from our lifeline here, so it's starting to make me a little nervous. Come on, game. The game's fighting us tooth and nail here. Okay, there's some seaweed. A little bit further out than I'm comfortable with, but okay, so we're gonna take 2 of these now, but we're gonna save the last one for the trip home. Okay, so let's just pick as much seaweed as we can. We might as well pick up the plasma too for the XP, if no other reason. These shorter seaweed bushes actually give us more. Give us 2 per shot instead of just 1 like this tall, skinny ones do. But at least we've got a lot of it out here, so that's good. All the seaweed that we can carry. And of course, if you're new to the game and you don't know why I'm doing this, you get plant protein from seaweed, which you can then turn into energy bars for food. So it's a very good and easy early game source of food. So just want to hit as many of these as we can, and in particular the shorter bushes. So one thing we might do when we're able to do so is we might relocate to, you know, maybe one of the sides of this inlet if we can get to the deeper water more quickly. Okay, we hit level 3. Perfect. That's going to help, because now we can make the heater cooler thing. And we can also make the shotgun now, I believe, with level 3. Which, of course, is going to come in supremely handy as well. Alright, so we're down to 47 on our O2. I think we probably better start heading back. And so let's do that. Let's start working our way back. Our stuff is just up to the north there. You can see it on the mini-map. I should probably put a waypoint there, too. Down to 26 on the oxygen. And I'm not sprinting, I'm just swimming at normal speed. Okay. Let's make a beeline back towards our lifeline here. We've got to make it back there with 75 oxygen, which I think we can do. I think we'll be okay. That's a little further away than you might think, though. Oh, I don't know. It just dropped down to 65. This is going to be close. This is going to be close. Just dropped down to 55. Come on, man. Come on. $44. It's going down. It's going down. Oh, shit. 34. Yeah, that damn thing's a lot further away than you think it is. Remember, we're on a large planet too, though, so the mini-map is on a larger scale as well. This is going to be tight. This is going to be tight. I'm a little concerned. I'm not going to lie. A little concerned. We don't have any more. Oh, we can make one more of those. Oh, okay. I'm glad I looked. I'm glad I looked. The question is, though, can we make it on time? Oh, shit. Let's just keep moving. We're almost there. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Whew, okay. Oh, man, that was close. Man, that was close. Whew. That's freaking nerve-wracking, man, I'll tell you what. Oh, precious, precious hair. Whew. I'm like out of breath in real life too, because I'm like, it's so damn intense. Okay, so let's make some more of these too. It's all about the oxygen right now. Oh, whew. Okay, so we should have some fuel in here, and we should have some fuel in here. So we'll put 4 in here. Oh, we got another thing there. Okay, now we got it. Oh shit, we got to get food going. Let's quickly make one of those. And here, cancel that. We got to get food, or we're gonna die. We're gonna die of starvation. It ain't one thing, it's another, huh? Okay, let's hang on to this guy, and we'll just suck these down. Man, out of the frying pan into the fire. I think we'll be okay, though. The food doesn't go down quite as fast as the O2 does, and particularly if we hold still. And we have no place else to go at the moment. But we have a nice little supply of food there. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop making fuel in here, and we'll make a bunch of food up in this one. Okay. I should probably hang on to a couple of those for some bandages. I need 2 plant proteins. So yeah, let's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make 3 bandages, and then the rest will turn into food there. We'll put this wood back over here, And let's see. So the bandages needed, what do they need? Oh, yeah, the plant fiber. Okay, so we'll put those in there. We'll stop that fuel. And we'll make 3 of these, and then we'll continue the fuel production in this constructor here. Okay, we got our first energy bar there. And we got another one here. I think the constructor is just a little bit faster than our suit inventory. It was unfortunate that we lost all that health, though, but I mean, what can you do, right? What can you do? We're starting to build up our oxygen supply, though, so that's good. Let's continue making oxygen out of the water as well. That's the best thing we can do with it right now. The water does lower your body temperature, but it like lowers it by like 5 points for like 5 seconds. It's almost pretty much worthless to use it for that. So we're better off using it for oxygen. Put that stuff in there. Got another fuel. So we're doing all right. We're doing okay. We had to go a little further away than I wanted to for the food, but we made it happen. So let's craft 1 more of those. And these will just suck them down right now, and we'll keep the big ones for later. Okay, so now what we're going to do is let's take a look at our skills here. We want to make a portable heater cooler, and we want to make ourselves a shotgun. Those are the next 2 most important things that we need right at the moment. And let's just hang on to the rest of our points for now. Now, for the cooler doohickey, I need 4 copper ore. We only have 2. So we're gonna, so once again, it's always copper. It's always copper that sets us back. Okay, let's put the bandages here so we have some health. Something for health, rather. And then when that's done, we'll just continue cranking out more fuel in this guy for now. And this guy is just going to keep making food until it cannot do so any longer. We'll wait for 1 more food to make up there. And then we're going to go on to the shore while it's still relatively cool outside. Hopefully it's relatively cool. And look for some copper. So we got 4 things of food and 3 things of oxygen in addition to these here. Let's take those right now. And that gets us really close to being topped off on the O2. So we're in good shape. We're doing okay, you guys. We're doing okay. We just got to be careful. We got to watch out for creatures because, you know, there's otogs and that kind of shit around that will want to eat us. But we've got to find some more copper before we can really do anything more. So let's kind of cruise around. We'll use our jetpack as much as we can. But we definitely will not be sprinting. It is 75 degrees, so it's nice. It's nice out right at the moment, temperature-wise. It's not going to stay that way, but let's take advantage of it while we can. And what we're looking for is copper. And we can find it in this biome. We just got to luck out because it's pretty sparse compared, you know, to the other stuff. You know what else I'm going to do too? Even though I can see this on the mini-map, I am going to actually bookmark it. So that way it's just easier for us to find. Particularly if we get beyond the range of it on the mini-map itself. Okay. Come on, copper. We need you. We need you, copper. I don't think that's copper there. That's not copper. There we go. Look at that. Okay. Beautiful. So that gives us 3 pieces of ore. Oh, and there's another one too. Nice. So yeah, if we can just get enough copper to make the heater cooler and a motorcycle before the day, you know, before the sun comes up, we'll be in pretty good shape. Because what we can do is we can spend the daytime back in the water just, you know, gathering up as much seaweed as we can possibly hold. And then we won't have to worry about food for a very long time. But we need to have a decent supply of oxygen. Oh, look, two right next to each other. That's beautiful. The most beautiful thing I've seen. Thought I heard something over there. I'm not really worried about gathering wood right now because we can get that close to the water. And really likewise silicon, but we might as well pick it up. Ah, more copper. Thank you, game. You're finally cutting me some slack here. Two of them. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. Okay, so let's just keep looking for copper. I don't want to get too terribly far away, though, because it could start heat. In fact, it is already starting to heat up. And we can't make the... what do we need? We need one iron ore. You know what? There's iron right over here. Let's grab it so that way we can actually start working. We can queue up the heater cooler. Because if the planet decides to all of a sudden get hotter than hell on us before we get back, we might need it to survive anyway. On these arid planets, you know, it gets like, oh my god, hot during the day, but it can also get like dangerously cold at night too. Just like in a real desert. So we need the heater part of the heater cooler too at times. Okay. Copper's still our number one thing. We just want to get as much of that as we can. Probably wouldn't hurt to... Let's see, what is it? Sun comes up in about 3.5 hours. In-game hours. Probably wouldn't hurt to snag 1 or 2 more irons either. Don't see any... Yeah, let's not get too carried away. I don't want to... Whoops, I started sprinting. It's just automatic. Because we should be able to make the motorcycle when we get back. I was going to queue that up and I forgot to do it. And you know, once we have the motorcycle, then we can do more. We can do more and do it more safely. But we will grab this iron. Now there's an OTOG right there. I'd rather not mess with him until we have a shotgun though. We could kill him with this, but it would take a long time and it would be dangerous and cause us to expend unnecessary food and oxygen. So let's just leave him be. Hopefully we don't run into a desert golem because those guys are fast. If we see one of them, we're booking it no matter what, because it's either run or die. But they don't like to come into the water, so if we could kite one to the water's edge. Oh boy, okay, that scared me. Okay, let's take that one. Let's also do a food, and then we need to start working our way back to our little camp there. I think we've been out long enough. Let's make a straight line, a beeline back towards it. We might as well go ahead though and hit these trees because they harvest pretty quickly compared to those damn things in the water. Are we not getting any wood out of those though? I thought we got a little bit of wood from those. Maybe we don't. There's another copper. Good, good. All about the copper, man. We are doing really well copper-wise. I thought these gave us wood. They don't. Wow. Okay. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. So I guess we will have to get all our wood from those janky trees in the water that take 10 times as long to harvest and only give us one damn piece of wood. We'll have to find an oasis at some point for that sort of thing. Another silicon there. No, that's just a normal stone. We can and will harvest those at some point, but they're not a real high priority right now. Okay, we need to be careful of teller-pods too, because they could just jump out of the water and nab us. And that takes a long time for one stupid log. Just watch behind my shoulder here. Behind my back. Looking over my shoulder, I'm trying to say. So yeah, we'll probably spend the daylight hours just swimming out and getting as much food as we can. There's not really a whole lot else we can do because it's just going to be so hot out. Because like I said, not even the heater cooler will keep us safe once it starts getting up into about 140 degrees. Let's take one of those and let's take another food. And we're just going to hit these trees as we work our way back towards our camp there. Let's put this on the toolbar. We don't want to dilly-dally too much though, because that O2 is going down quickly. I don't think we can do anything with those. There's another silicon. So you know, this is really hard, but I enjoy it. I enjoy the challenge of it, because you know you're pitting yourself against the hardest that the game has to offer. And it's not easy. It is not easy, but it is kind of fun so far anyway. We'll see how I feel about it after we get several episodes into it and then I have to wait, 3 times as long for my ship to build in the factory. That part I'm not really looking forward to be honest with you. It's almost, most of the fun actually usually comes in the very early game when it's so hard. But that doesn't mean we can't make it a good series and still have fun with it. It's just we have to be more patient. Stuff's just gonna take longer. That's all there is to it. Okay, this is our last tree, and then we need to scooch back. We need to scooch back to our constructor because we're getting low on the O2. Of course, we'll have a nice little batch of it waiting for us when we do get back. So that's the good thing. And we've been fortunate so far not to be near any teller-pod spawns either, so not complaining about that. Okay, so we got 7 cylinders there. We should be able to get pretty close to being topped off with just 4 of those and then a couple of little ones. And then we'll still have 3 left over. So yeah, let's make the little ones with that water. In the meanwhile, we're going to throw all of this into here. We're going to throw the wood into here. Pull that food out. And have this guy just keep cranking out the fuel. Got 2 more bandages waiting for us there and a little more fuel. Okay, we're doing good, guys. We're doing good. We're making this work. We're making this work. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's cancel that. And let's get our motorcycle made. And then after the motorcycle, we want to make our shotgun, and we want to make, let's make about 60 rounds. We gotta be careful. Can't go overboard. We gotta really conserve our stuff. Oh, I'd like to make a detector too, but we'll queue that up. If we still have enough copper left over, we'll probably should start thinking about making a core, so we can start building some kind of a base of sorts. And we're probably just going to do that right here. It's not going to be our main base. It's just going to be our survive at all costs base. So the sun's coming up, and it's just going to start getting hot. So like I said, probably what we'll do is just get a nice little supply of O2, and then we're going to go back out into the middle of the deep part there and pick seaweed until we can't hardly stand it anymore. So that's what we got to do. Let's get our food topped off too, and then we should be good on food for a while, and we'll still have about, looks like 8 or 9. Yeah, that's good. We still have 9 more of those, so we're doing fine on food. We're eating those Cliff Bars, baby. Eating those Cliff Bars. Okay, so that gives us 4 cylinders. We now have, oh no, I was thinking that was the output. Okay, I was gonna say, we now have a motorcycle. Not quite, almost. In fact, yeah, you know what, let's do that. Let's go ahead and queue up a core after this stuff is done. And then we're gonna need to, you know, it's probably gonna be easier for us to find stone than it is gonna be for us to find wood. So I think what we might actually end up doing is make concrete blocks instead of wood blocks for our first little base. And I think the concrete's, you know, well, the concrete's going to be a little stronger too, which is a plus. So it takes 1 cement to make one of those, and 1 cement is 2 stone dusts. And it takes 5 crushed stone to make 20 stone dust. So yeah, I think that stone's going to be the best bet. In fact, before it gets so hot we can't frickin' do anything, let's go ahead and grab a little bit of stone while we can. We can throw down our heater cooler now, as long as it doesn't get up to like in the 140-ishes, but which it probably will pretty quickly. So again, let's just take advantage of the coolness of the morning for as long as it lasts. Nice, beautiful sunrise. Deadly sunrise, but beautiful nonetheless. That was weird. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good about things at this point, you know. We died 5 times, but there really was no other way around that. I might have been able to prevent the last death if I would have made the constructor first, which I intended to do, but I just kind of spaced it off. But the first 4 deaths were pretty much out of our control. There's just no way around it with where we landed in the pod, which was a pretty sucky place to land. It was really far away. We already picked that. It's too bad we didn't get any kind of resources at all out of those cactus. It should give us water is what it should do, right? Because cactus has a lot of water in it. Or at least it does on planet Earth. Maybe it doesn't here on planet, whatever the hell this planet's called. What is this planet called? Kelild. We are on the planet Kelild, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kelild. Still hanging in there at 113 degrees. We're getting a little bit far away. Let's hit these 2 stones. Oh, it's even actually cooling off a little bit. That'll change. That will change. Okay, let's start working our way back. I mean, we have food and oxygen, so, and the cooler, so we're not really in dire straits, but I wouldn't say we're safe either. Especially if a critter spawns in right about now. As long as that sun's gonna keep from getting super duper hot, I'm gonna keep taking advantage of the coolness of the day. We'll have ourselves a nice little supply of stone, and we can start making some stone blocks and get ourselves an enclosure that we are going to make on the water, but very near the shore. To help us further gain a foothold here on Kellild. Okay, there's one of the worm dudes over there, but they shouldn't bother us if we don't bother them. We'll bother them later, but don't tell them I said that. They might eliminate me before I become a threat to them. Okay, we need to pop some more O2 here. Let's do that right now. Let's use these though, and we can make 2 more also. I'll put those there. Okay, we'll grab this stone and then we'll turn and start heading back. We'll hit these stones here and we'll hit those 2 trees on our way back. It's 116, so now it's getting beyond what our suit can handle by itself. But that's okay because we've got water and we've got our cooler thing if we need it. Man, it's making me thirsty in real life. Might as well hit this one too. We just have to get up to, where are we? Oh, our head's just barely above the water before we start to cool off. That's funny. It's still enough though to use the tool. We got 2 logs out of that one. Nice. Okay, let's jetpack. 120 degrees. 118 degrees. Alright, let's plop this down and keep getting the stone here. Just had a feeling like I should probably look over my shoulder. So it's day 2 here on Kellild. We got 2 logs out of that one. And we're doing okay. We're doing okay. We could be doing a lot worse at this point. One log out of that deal. 118 degrees. So let's pop this down while we harvest this stone. Okay. Couple more stones before we get back to our destination. I actually did an arid start on Alpha 9 when Alpha 9 came out. about a year or so ago now. I think it's been. But I didn't have all of the hard settings on at that point, and even then it was a challenge getting going. But not as challenging as this. Okay, let's grab these other oxygens and get that topped off. There goes the timer. Okay. Very good. 122. Temperature's climbing. We went a fair bit away from there, didn't we? I'll keep you with me until we get back, and then we'll wrap up episode 2 here. Just gonna grab all this stuff while I can, because like I said, when it starts getting about into the 140s Fahrenheit, then this thing no longer can keep you safe. But as long as it stays, below that, then it's still manageable. I don't see anybody sneaking up on us to eat us, so that's always a good thing. Always a good thing. Okay, let's set you down there, and we'll harvest these trees. I'll tell you what, though, guys, we're pretty much back there. So I'm going to grab these remaining 3 trees in this silicon, and then head back and resupply on our stuff. And then I think what I will do is I think I will spend the majority of the day out in the water just picking seaweed. And at some point I'll bring you back to start episode 3, but I'm not gonna do a whole episode of me just swimming around picking seaweed, because who wants to watch that, right? But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Consider sharing out the video on your social media and leaving a comment. All those things do help the channel, and I do appreciate it. Guys, have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.